Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for March the 16th, 2011. Now our first position for tonight is going to be in the E-mini natural gas futures contracts. Now what it looks like is we're getting ready to challenge the 18-day predicted moving average from Vantage Point. We can see we've closed today at 394. The 18-day PMA is 394. Now looking at these indicators, the triple EMA cross is not completed, but what we want to do is look at the other multiple crossovers here. We can see that the short-term crossover from Vantage Point is clearly crossed to the upside. Now looking at the medium-term cross, it's also confirming that natural gas is moving higher, and now the long-term crossover is also confirming a move higher. Now looking at the predicted short, medium, and long-term differences, they've all turned positive. The predicted MACD and the predicted true strength indicator from Vantage Point have both crossed the trigger in oversold territory and have plenty of room to extend here. So looking at that, we've identified, going through the multiple indicators from Vantage Point, that we're definitely looking to buy natural gas on potential dips here. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to go into the natural gas futures contracts, into the daily report, and we're going to see what Vantage Point has for a range for tomorrow. We can see that the Neural Index is up. We have 379 for a low and 410 for a high. So there's a nice move there. So for tomorrow, we're going to be looking for a very minor pullback towards the I would say 381, 382 area to be safe. That's where I would look to re-enter the long positions and see if we can, catch this trend. Now, looking at the natural gas contracts, I expect that crude oil will actually move lower, and when it does, that usually pushes natural gas, when crude oil moves lower, natural gas moves higher, and vice versa. There's a very strong correlation there. So looking at this, if we can get this thing moving, we have the potential to move back up towards the 480, 490 mark in the days ahead. So that's the E-mini natural gas or buying natural gas futures contracts or stocks looks pretty good to me right now, but my focus will be on the E-mini futures contracts. Now that's our first position. Our second position, we're going to go back into the Forex market. Now our second position for tomorrow is going to be in the Euro-US currency pair. Myself personally, I don't think that this is a long. We've had the FOMC today, so this is sort of a bit of a technical play and a fundamental play combined, looking for the best place to get into this. Now, in my opinion, the FOMC today was quite positive. We can see that we're heavily overbought in this Euro-US currency pair, and we've got a bit of a top forming up here around this 140, 140.50 area. So we are looking at a counter trend position here. Now, looking at our crossovers, I want to make sure I point this out. Our short term, medium term is flat, and our long term is up. So the one that I find kind of interesting here is this medium term crossover from Vantage Point is not willing to commit to a long signal. Now that to me is an indication of a potential short. Now looking at what we're going to do is put the high-low break up here to see what's been happening. A bit of a mixed bag here. The euro's been all over the map, but if we're looking at risk aversion, that doesn't really favor the euro. If we're looking at the FOMC statement, I don't really feel that favors the euro much either. So with that said, it's a counter trend, risky trade on shorts on euro US, but that's the call for tonight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, have a look, see what the daily report looks like, because we're going to essentially be trading off of that. Now I don't like to play the highs and play the lows against the overall trend, but you can see that the trend is not actually crystal clear here. So for tomorrow, we're going to be looking for a move towards the 140.52 area, at which time we're going to use that to set our short positions. Stops in this are going to be relatively tight in the 141.20 area is where I would put the stop on this trade, and we're going to be looking for a move back towards the 139.17 area. Now again, this is a higher risk trade. You would have to, you're going to have to open up your stops. But my bias on the Euro US is to the downside, and the top side, even if we do manage to push up, I think it's going to be completely capped ahead of that 142 area. So depending where you want, 150 point stop also is not by any means a large stop. Lowering that volume of trade down, I think this short definitely is a decent risk to reward trade. So those are the market positions for March the 16th, 2011. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.